Challenge, Part 3. I am Odessa.
I'm Anais.
Violet Ray. And we're on question 7.
7.
7. Okay. So 7 is, how do you view sacred texts and mythology?
I don't use any sacred text, and I don't really use any gods, goddesses, deities in my practice, so I don't really pay attention to any of it.
I don't follow sacred texts, but I find it interesting, and I find mythology interesting, especially Greek mythology, because that's what I know most about.
Yeah, I like to read about it, but I don't really bring it into my practice.
Yeah, I like reading a lot more about mythology than I do sacred texts. I mean, the only sacred texts that really draw my attention would be Hinduism, Buddhism.
Buddhism, yeah.
And of course I respect all of them.
Yeah.
But do I use any of them? No. And mythology I think is really interesting and cool because it's life lessons without scaring the shit out of you,
And they're just great stories.
Yeah.
It's just
They're
so
cool.
much fun to read and to learn about, and they're just cool. A sacred text is almost like reading the Bible.
Yeah, it's
Bible,
what it is.
So it's not really a fun story to read.
Mm-hmm.
At least not with the Bible, because I've read a lot of the Bible. It's not fun. But reading mythology is
Really interesting.
fun and interesting, and it's a real story. So,
Yeah.
but I don't use it in any way.
Yeah. Mythology, that was my favorite part about when we would learn it in school, Greek mythology, learning about when they were making the pyramids and how they would make rituals there, and I don't know. It's really cool, and it intrigues me more. Sacred text, I'm kind of just
I think
doesn't call to me.
Buddhism, do they have a sacred text?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really fun to learn about for me because I've just read a lot of stories about Buddhism, and it's interesting. The story of Buddha is a good, really interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they present their lessons is a very philosophical way. So that one is, I think, fun to read as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know what their sacred text is, and I've never really read it. But I've read a lot of their stories, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and their lessons.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't even know they had a sacred text.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, Hinduism, Buddhism,
Yeah.
Christianity, obviously.
The major religions.
Yeah.
They all have one.
So 8 is, do you have a matron or patron? So a god or goddess?
No.
No.
I guess I do now.
You do have Odin.
I definitely, Odin has been coming to me a lot. So I think Odin, yes. Do I have a matron? No. I don't have a goddess.
So, I guess they kind of come to you, and if one came to me, Odin came to you, then yeah, I would, but so far I haven't had any connection like that.
Yeah.
I did have, because I have an oracle deck that has all the gods and spiritual leaders of all different religions, and it's like an oracle deck, and I pulled one and I forgot, I think it's the Green Tara.
Okay.
And she was the protector of your heart or something like that, and it was during a really bad time with my boyfriend, and I remember I was sleeping, and he had it was a huge fight, and I was crying all night, and I saw a green bubble around me, and I could feel my emotions kind of poking at it, let me in, you need to feel really bad, but there was this green protection around me. So I really felt that was the connection with her, because I kept pulling her too. But other than that, that's my only experience.
That's still, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. I think Odin has been coming really strongly for a long time, and now I'm paying attention,
Yeah.
and it's really funny to look back and be what? Why was I not
He was kind of
looking?
screaming at you, and
Yeah.
you were
like,
Yeah.
I was just like, a wolf, I have a wolf. And then lately it's been like, no, I'm here.
Yeah.
It's been a little too obvious. Do you have anything to say, hon?
No.
Okay, so we're on 9. Do you keep a journal or diary of your experiences?
We all do.
We all do.
We all journal a lot.
No, you're fine, hon. So we already kind of talked about this. What do the moon phases mean to you?
All of our ceremonies are done
Around the moon.
on the moon phases. So we do it every full and new moon. So
All the spell works that we do too.
We focus on the moon phases. Like Jenna said, we're all women and we're very, what was the word you used?
Synchronized or
cyclical.
Cyclical.
Yeah.
So we flow with phases. Everything we do is around the phases of the moon. Like every time we have a spell, it's like we all kind of look like, should I do this on the new moon or the full moon? Should we do it at this ritual or that one? So everything we do is based around the phases of the moon.
Yeah.
I'm a moon child, so moon has always been very significant to me since I was a child, since I was a little girl. I love the moonstones. I have a very powerful connection with them. I'm wearing one right now.
And that's your zodiac stone, isn't it?
It's
Your birthstone.
It's not my birthstone. It's
the stone of your zodiac.
it's the stone of Cancers.
Yeah.
And people born in July and June. So
Yeah, so birthstone. What's your birthstone? Alexandrite.
Ruby.
Oh, Ruby.
I love the moon. She's my great mother.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's always been the nighttime that has called to me. The daytime, like, even when I was, like, a teenager and stuff, it's like, I can't wait till the fall comes so that the sun can go away sooner.
I always hated the night when I was young. Because I don't like scary. I don't like darkness. I love the sun.
Mm-hmm.
I love the summer. I just love the sun. I hate where we live. We live in Illinois, and I hate it.
It's just humid.
It's so dark all the time. The winters are long. The sun's never out.
We didn't even have a winter this winter,
No,
though.
It's still dark, and I want the sun. I went to Arizona recently, and the sun was shining, and I was like, oh, the sun.
As long as they're balanced, I
love
guess
the
I can deal.
Now that we're doing this, I'm starting to like. It's not really the night. I mean, I appreciate the moon, and I love the moon, but it's not the night that I like. It's the moon.
Yeah.
But I love the day, and I love the sun and the light.
Yeah.
I think the next one is the
What do you-
sun. What do you feel about the sun?
What do you feel about the sun?
The sun is, let's see.
Question number 8.
Or no, we're on 9.
9.
So. Oh, it's 11.
Yeah, you're right. What does the sun mean to you? The sun is very masculine.
Yeah.
It's very, like, warrior. And there'll be times where I'll have, like, a spell ready to do at night, and then I'll wake up and have all this energy and be like, I'm just going to use what I have right now and do it with the sun in the morning.
Yeah.
So I do work with it, and I do know I need a balance.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me too. More energy, more like fire. Obviously, you would think I would be more connected with the sun, and I am energetically, but I just don't like.
But the moon is such a spiritual thing, so that's why you are connected with the moon so much more. Because we don't use the sun often in our practice. We focus on the moon so much. So.
You're more connected with fire.
Yeah.
So that's the part of you that's like that.
Yeah.
I think although the sun's masculine, it's comforting. I think it's a warm, comforting masculinity.
Yeah. I just love the sun so much.
Yeah.
I don't do any practices with it, but the sun makes me so. It affects your mood so much.
Yeah.
When the sun is gone for a long time, you feel like drained. You feel like you don't really have energy. You feel tired. And when the sun comes out, it's like your depression is gone. You can't really be depressed on a sunny day.
Yeah.
So it's
Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
The vitamin D kicks in.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
So I love the sun.
My favorite time of day is like dawn, like right at the morning. It's my absolute favorite time of day. And that's when both the sun and the moon are like at an equal level.
Yeah.
Not so much with dusk, but dawn is just, there's nothing in the world that makes me happier than the smell and the feel and the look and the sound of dawn.
It's almost like that's when we should naturally be awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, like, when I go camping, when you go camping and you're in a tent, you wake up right away. No matter how late you stayed, you wake up the second the sun starts rising because, I mean, you're out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we live in houses,
Mm-hmm.
and we close our blinds, and we
Yeah.
sleep as late as we want to sleep because the sun's not waking us up.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Also, my connection with rabbits. Rabbits are most active at dusk and dawn. So, I think that's got something to do with it.
Next. Well, next we're going to skip because it's a repeat of what does this time mean to you. So the next one after that is, do you use divination and what type? You could start with that one.
Okay, let me see what I wrote. I honestly, we had to look it up because I was thinking, like, what is it? It's, like fortune telling, right?
Divination is like something you work with, you know, every day. Something that helps you connect to the divine. Like with tarot is an everyday thing.
So then I would have to say crystals.
Yeah.
Would be the ultimate one for me.
that's hard. I'm a Gemini, so I go from one thing to the next so often
Mm-hmm.
that I don't really have one thing that I really use every single day because I have so many different things that I kind of flip through. I use candles a lot, like even if I'm not, it's not even like a spell candle, I just have candles lit. I have crystals all over my room and I carry them with me, but it's definitely not as active as she is with it. So I don't really have one specific thing that I use.
Every day.
I go
Yeah.
through, one day I'm using my oracle, one day I'm using crystals, one day I'm really, really journaling, one day I'm really meditating. It's different every day for me.
For me, it's definitely tarot.
Yeah.
There's definitely no denying tarot since it's been in my life, and it started when I was like 14, even in high school. It's an everyday thing. Oracles and an everyday thing too, but what I always have in my purse and what I always pull out is tarot. But this year it's been a lot of working with runes too. Surprisingly,
Yes.
like I've been trying to learn more about them, and they've been drawing my attention, and the symbols, and even like witches' runes have been really strong for me too. So I've been incorporating it all together. So I think tarot definitely number one. I don't think that'll ever change. Oracle is a big thing too, and now runes have become part of every spiritual practice for me.
Yeah, and I think we're all getting into the runes because of you.
Yeah,
We're all
it's
using
so
them a lot
much
more.
to learn.
Yeah.
I feel like I just have to always have a book of it because I don't know everything. I mean, I know that candle now because of Odin.
Yeah.
I know that symbol because of Odin because
Yeah.
he can't, but I always go off of what we're working towards. So like your candle was for a new job and
Yeah.
success and
So
that kind of
that's
stuff.
the symbol I pretty much know
Yeah.
because I used it like 4 times.
Yeah, so like I looked that up and used that, and if you were to tell me what I used, I don't remember, but
Yeah.
it's
The
been a
good
learning
ones, yeah.
experience.
You learn as you go,
Yeah.
and they stick out. So.
Oh yeah. What's after that? What does magic with a K mean to you?
What's the difference?
Well, because magic is like the guy on stage pulling a rabbit out of his
Oh,
hat,
yeah.
and then magic is what
Yeah.
the realm we step into.
Yeah. For me, it's just working with energy. What else did I tell you, Car? I was saying something else.
Crystals, working with crystals and energies.
Yeah.
I think it's gotten to a point where it's everywhere. Like now we notice it's
Yeah.
everywhere. It's part of our everyday lives. We feel it. We can
Mhm.
sense it. I think we're all empaths.
Yeah.
We can all feel other people's emotions, so it's just affects us in every way.
For me, I definitely am working on trying to stabilize myself more because I'm such a big empath that, like, it's just, for example, when I worked with Violet Ray, at the place that we were working, the energy of other people there was so strong. I was in tears every day. I was hyperventilating. I completely lost myself. It was just too much, and I didn't know how to protect myself. So that's really what I'm focusing on now, is just stabilizing myself, protecting myself, and learning the difference between what I'm feeling and what people around me are feeling, because I have a hard time with that. I could sit in a room and I feel something and I don't know if it's coming from me or from the person around me.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm really working on now, because if you don't do that, it can really throw you off and you can get really confused.
Mhm.
So
It especially affects you, like, when I went through my spiritual awakening. Like, I remember one day I was just crying and crying and crying, and I couldn't understand why. And someone that had come over that's going through a divorce and all of these things happening, and it was so strong. I didn't know all of this, but I found out later, and it was that. Because I was like, this isn't me. I know it's not me, but it's you feeling it.
Yeah.
And it does affect your day. And
Yeah.
I would consider that magic. That's just energy.
Yeah.
It's just what we are kind of open to. Okay. Your magic with a K is, do we perform spells on a regular basis? This is easy.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Every 2 weeks.
bi-monthly. Yeah.
I think we perform them organized in every 2 weeks during the dark moon and the full moon. But I think we probably all do it kind of unconsciously or in small doses in our everyday life.
Yeah.
Just with lighting a candle, or, just saying the little thing, or journaling a little thing. Like that's doing spell work in really small doses. But when we do, like, really larger, organized, really focused, in circle, we do it twice a month at least.
Yeah. And I'll find myself, like, something coming up where I need to do a quick banish.
Yeah.
Or I need to do a quick release or something like that, and I'll do that, or someone asks for, like, a mojo bag, things like that. It still happens at least once or twice a week.
Yeah.
So, a lot.
I think doing spells really made us, at least for me, like, it really brought me into it a lot more, and it made things a lot more fun. When I was just doing on my own, like, new moon and full moon rituals, I was just kind of journaling and burning the paper, but really doing spells, it's like so much fun, and I love it. And
It's fun too because we're, like, still all growing together.
yeah.
There's still so much to, like, learn, and that's what I think is the best part of being on this spiritual journey that we are, is, like, we never stop learning. There's so much out there to do. And I think that's why a lot of people from certain other groups that we were talking about don't really grow compared to us. They're not really forced
We
to
grow so much. Like, every day I feel like I'm becoming a better person than I was yesterday. And I think that, for me, that's the meaning of life, is just to grow. And that's it. Just keep growing. Like, why, if I stop growing, what's the point? I'm going to stay in one spot and not move. So, I don't know, I lost what I was going to say.
No, I agree. I mean, that's the best part of doing what we do.
Yeah.
Is, like,
and that's really what we focus on most, is making ourselves better.
And healing.
And it's never going to end.
No.
Because every day we become better, so it's fun too.
Agreed.
What spiritual practice do you do the most often?
I would say, like, I make a lot of spell candles. We do that a lot.
All three of us do that.
Yeah.
It's really fun to make the spell candles. But I did make a healing bath that one time. And that was so much fun. I loved it, and I want to do more. I don't even know, like, not even just baths, but just putting ingredients together into little jars.
Well, I was
Just
just
fun.
gonna say I love jar spells.
Yeah.
I would consider myself a kitchen witch, and I'm into herbs and stuff, so I love doing jar spells.
Yeah.
There's I think we were talking. This is off topic. We were talking about some book that I was telling you she's like famous and known for being a kitchen witch. What's her name? Ellen Dugan.
Yeah.
She has like all these books that you would love.
Let me write that down.
Yeah, Ellen Dugan.
She made her witch tarot.
The Witch Tarot. I'm gonna do a whole review on the Witch Tarot because it could be a lot more witchy. But
Yeah.
the cool thing is, at least like the meanings
Mhm.
are incorporated with that.
Yeah. What was the question again?
Well, I think that's it. For that question, it was
What spell work
what do you do
most?
every day?
Yeah. But we use a lot of fire too, and that's probably because of you.
Yeah,
So the
sorry.
candles, we do a lot of candles. It's like probably the number one thing we do.
I feel like that's gonna be my go-to forever
Yeah.
because you could do it in so many ways, and there's so many
Yeah.
different.
Candles. You
Mhm.
use these candles. You can use the candles that you can carve yourself. Put herbs on them. Put herbs in them.
Yeah,
Paint the jars.
everything.
It's just really fun. So
16 is what spiritual practice do you do most often?
That's the one we just did.
Is it? My
Yeah.
bad. I'm distracted. What does this time of the year mean to you? So we'll skip that. What deity, God, or divine mean to you? What does deity, God, or divine mean to you?
I don't use any gods, goddesses, or deities in my practice whatsoever. But to me, I think of them as more of a symbol of one energy. To me, I see there's one energy out there. It is masculine and feminine. It is yin and yang. And the gods and goddesses are just like symbols of that specific part of that energy to me. I don't see them as a real person up in the sky. It's just my view.
Yeah, the way I look at it is it's kind of like angels. Like they're non-denominational. They don't only follow you if you are Christian or Catholic. Like they come if you call them. And I don't worship gods or goddesses. I work with that energy. It's more to like focus your intention.
Yeah.
And what type of energy you want to bring, like how you were talking about.
Yeah.
I've never really had, until Odin recently, like something come to me a lot, so I don't really know where I'm going from here, but I know I can't ignore it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at now with it.
I don't worship gods or goddesses. I just say I worship nature. I worship the moon and the sun. Just nature as a whole.
That works.
Yeah.
I mean, that's